Well, the Forestry Service tells me that the Pilot Mountain fire behind me was started by campers who were in an area they never should have been in, lighting a fire that should have never been set.
Hey, what's up guys? Happy New Year. I am at Pilot Mountain State Park. I wanted to come up and check it out and see what it looked like after the wildfires that they had. And today is New Year's Day, and it's a little bit more crowded than I expected, but it is this beautiful weather today. I am at the parking lot on Pinnacle Hotel Road down here, or well, right here. And the plan is to go across the road, hike up to the mountain trail, and then follow that all the way up, and then turn and hike up the Grindstone Trail and head all the way up and hike around the Jomioki Trail. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but hike all the way around that, check out the top, and then come back down and either go that way or back and come all the way back down here to Pinnacle Hotel Road parking lot. I have done this hike before as part of the 40 hike challenge, and I think it was a lot colder when I was out then, but so far not really seeing any sign of fire anywhere, but I'm sure we'll see something later. For the mountain trail, you leave the parking lot, cross the road, and right down there where that sign is where that begins, and that's also the Mountains of Sea Trail. So 4.5 miles one way. MST. It just doesn't feel like January 1st. I'm wearing short sleeves. Still very early on the mountain trail. I just met some folks that said they hiked in about a mile or so, and so far this area wasn't affected by the fire at all, but they said that I will see it coming up pretty soon. But yeah, at this point you wouldn't know anything had happened. And there's Pilot Mountain right up there. About a half mile in on the mountain trail. That is fire break, fire line. But starting to see some spots where the leaves are burned. Nothing major yet. So directly ahead is the fire line. You can see a little sign on the tree. There you can see nothing burned over here, and just mostly leaves burned on this side. Grassy Ridge Trail goes off that way. I believe that's the fastest way to get to the new visitor center. And Grindstone Trail is what I'm taking. This came from that way. Yeah, it is. It's like 72 degrees. January 1st. it feels a little bit warmer than I would like. Starting to see where it burned a bit up there. I think they have a fire line right where it stops. Oh, that mountain is directly ahead there. You can see where the fire line is. Nothing on that side's burned. They have these blue arrows just to make sure you don't get confused between the fire line and the actual trail. But there's plenty of blazes. It's very well marked. I think there was water flow in here last hike here. There's not even really much of a burn smell right now either. I mean, you can tell, but it's not overpowering. No, I take that back. This area right here, you can definitely smell the ashes. Trail goes on that way. It looks like the fire crossed over the trail. They've got another fire line going down there. And again, you can see where it didn't get past that fire line. I imagine there's quite a bit of damage to the trail itself just from widening it out. Trying to keep the fire from crossing. But if you look around, there's still some leaves hanging on the trees in this area. We're about 1.1 miles along the mountain trail, headed towards what was it, Grindstone Trail. I think this is the first part where both sides of the trail are burned. Oop. MST blaze about melted off there. Now we're about 3.2 miles along the mountain trail, getting close to the intersection with the Grindstone Trail. That's where I came from. But when we get to that Grindstone Trail, it'll be a sharp turn, almost like a 180, and going back up the mountain. And that will take us up to the top. Very interested in seeing what it looks like up there. This area, it's mostly just the leaves. You can see where the fire started to go up some of the trees. No water flowing here right now. That is a fire lawn again. This is one of the most flat sections of trail, maybe 3.5 miles in on the mountain trail, close to where you meet up with the Grindstone Trail. All right, just came from the mountain trail. It's 4.5 miles one way from that way, and I'm at the intersection of the Grindstone Trail. And MST continues on down that way. That's where I came from, the intersection down there. This Grindstone Trail is going to be mostly uphill for a while. Getting a little windy. Oh, made it up the Grindstone Trail. There's a picnic area, covered picnic area. It's the little pinnacle overlook is closed right now. Guess that had some damage to the fencing or something. So, if you have watched the news, you could think, Pilot Mountain was destroyed. But yeah, it's really not as bad as it looked. Oh well, I gotta figure out how I'm getting back down to that Pinnacle Hotel Road parking lot. Don't mind walking as long as they don't close the gate. So, hey, candy cane. There's some folks waiting over there for the shuttle ride, I think. The last one runs at 5. But it says if you hike up the mountain, you have to buy a shuttle ticket. It's a visitor center on the way up. It's a little late for that now. Oh well. Still see where some of it burned up here. Now this sign here says summit closes at 6:45. It'd be like pretty dark by that point. And I think it said the park closes at 5. I don't know. Yeah, you can see where the fire, it caught fire at the top. But it's like pretty much like everywhere else. It's not completely burned or anything. All right, it's about 4:30 at the Grindstone Trail, but I called the park office and just to check and see if they were going to close the Pinnacle Hotel Road parking lot, and they said no, but that's going to put me back. I have to walk back there well after dark, and then there's a storm coming in. I've got all the gear for that, but I wanted to make sure that they didn't think I was lost, or so they wouldn't be looking for me. So anyway, the ranger called and said they would give me a ride down to my car. So, sweet. That works for me.